Join me as I dive into the wild lives of some wealthy eccentrics you won't believe actually existed. Can I find the most unbelievable stories? Wealthy eccentrics, the ultimate outliers of society. They're the ones who defy conventions, push boundaries, and live life on their own terms. And today, we're going to explore the fascinating stories of these individuals who refuse to blend in. We often associate wealth with a certain level of conformity, don't we? The wealthy are supposed to be dignified, refined, and, well, normal. But what about those who buck the trend? Those who use their wealth to fund their wildest dreams, no matter how outlandish they may seem? Are they crazy, or are they just living life on their own terms? I think it's the latter. When we think of the wealthy, we often imagine posh mansions, luxury cars, and high society events. But what about the wealthy, who shun all that glamour and instead choose to live in a giant shoe or collect over 30,000 air sickness bags? Yeah, that's a thing. The point is, wealth doesn't have to mean conformity. In fact, it often leads to the opposite. Wealth can provide the freedom to pursue our passions, no matter how strange they may be. And that's exactly what these wealthy eccentrics do. They're not bound by societal norms or expectations. They're free to be themselves, even if that means being a giant among men, or a naked cowboy, or even a professional snail trainer. Okay, maybe that last one isn't a real thing, but you get the idea. Let's take the case of Hetty Green, for instance. Known as the Witch of Wall Street, Hetty was a financial wizard who amassed a fortune in the late 19th century. But what made her an eccentric? Well, she was known for her extreme frugality, often wearing tattered clothes and eating leftovers to save money. But here's the kicker. She lived in a mansion with a railway station built just for her. Talk about contradictions. Or how about the story of Howard Hughes? The billionaire entrepreneur was known for his innovative spirit, but also for his bizarre behavior. He would often fly around the world in his private jet, only to hoard his urine in bottles. Yeah, that's a thing too. But despite his eccentricities, Hughes remained a visionary, always pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Then there's the story of Ludwig II of Bavaria, also known as the fairy tale king. This 19th century monarch was known for his extravagant spending habits, building fantastical castles and throwing lavish parties. But what makes him an eccentric? Well, he believed he was a swan, and would often hold conversations with his mirror reflection, calling himself Your Majesty. It's the story of Doris Duke, the tobacco heiress who was known for her love of animals. She had a pet elephant, a pet camel, and even a pet chimpanzee, which she would often dress up in designer clothes and take for walks around her mansion. But that's not all. She was also known for her alleged involvement in the death of her employee, who she ran over with her car. Yeah, that's a whole other level of eccentric. So what can we learn from these stories of wealthy eccentrics? That true individuality can thrive in abundance. That wealth doesn't have to mean conformity, but rather the freedom to pursue our wildest dreams, no matter how strange they may be. And that's a pretty powerful message. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through the lives of the wealthy and eccentric. If you've got a favorite eccentric story, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to explore more unique wealth and lifestyles, be sure to check out my next video.